then you can go to the next task called maintain healthcare coverage targets. Maintain healthcare coverage targets. So here also people has been configured. We can reuse it, but I will give an example how to configure. We will select one adder, display adder whom you want to display first. If it is only employee, you will select employee own. Okay. Minimum dependent count 0. Since only employee enrolling, minimum count is 0, maximum count is 0. Okay. No dependents are allowed. Next row, employee plus spouse. So you are allowing minimum as one dependent only. Maximum is one dependent. 3. Employee plus spouse plus children. Okay, in this scenario, of course, here you have to assign dependent is spouse, and here you have to map spouse, children, child. So here is the one of the funny thing I would like to highlight. How many children you will allow to cover this coverage target? Some companies they will give only first 2 children. Some companies they will give 3 children. Some companies, if this is unlimited, if the employee has 10 children, 10 children can be covered, then give maximum number here, something like 99. Okay. In this case, minimum dependent is 1, maximum dependent is 3. Spouse plus 2 children. Any questions, sir, on this screen?
No.
And then we do have, this is requires enrollment, which means when you select this, it's mandatory you have to include spouse and child. Okay, it's mandatory. You cannot skip this at all. If you unselect it, it means employee can take the call whether he wants to include his spouse or children or not. And similarly, health savings coverage target during our spending account, I will explain this one. Okay, for now ignore. First, let's fix to only healthcare coverage targets. Okay, employee plus spouse, employee plus spouse plus children. Number of dependents are allowed is these details. Select OK. This is also done. Next task. Since you are allowing employee plus spouse plus children, right? You require to create a dependent eligibility rule. Okay, dependent eligibility rule we have to create. Employee by default get benefit group. Employee USS salary by default he will get the eligibility rule here. But spouse and children we have to create an additional eligibility rule. Let's see how. Access the task, create benefit eligibility rule. Here, select dependent benefit eligibility. Okay. So name it AMD spouse plus children. Here you can search for relationship. In the selection list. Spouse, children. Okay, simple eligibility. Here, few people will ask question. Let's say I want to restrict only 2 children. Employee should not enroll the 3rd children. We don't have control here. We have control only on the number of dependents are allowed. Just now we access the task, right? There only we can define. Save this record. Once we give this eligibility rule, now the regular steps. No, we have an option. So the relationships how we have configured in the task, you remember? Those will be available, sir. For example, if it is let's say there's a benefit plan which is allowed only girl child, okay, daughter. That case, ignore this one. Just a second. Dependent. This is a little strange for me why the data is not visible. This is strange for me, sir, because this is a Workday delivered one. Not sure why it is not bringing.
I don't think daughter would be an option. It would be either child, children, spouse.
No, I'm giving just an example. If still assume there is a benefit plan which is eligible only for girl child, we can still achieve that with the help of this field, dependent.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Okay, let me do one thing, sir, to give it one clarity. Whenever the employee add in the dependents,
All their view dependents on the top.
actually we want to add dependents. But
yep, so you can add there.
Right. So whenever adding the dependent here, right? Here it will ask the gender. Okay, and then the relationship type. So normally sometimes we'll get child, girl, child, son, daughter, something also. From here the data is coming, sir. When you set dependent there in the eligibility, these fields should populate.
Yeah. Yeah, I know in US daughter would not be, it would just be male, female for the gender, and then relationship child or.
Yeah, I agree. That's why only we have a child concept here.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go back to the eligibility rule. So any questions, sir, on this eligibility?
No, this is good.
Okay, right. Eligibility rule additional wicket. So far the plans what we configure is directly coverage type and benefit plan. These are slightly different. Healthcare insurance are slightly different.
Yeah.
We need relationship types. We need healthcare coverage types. Okay, like these values. Then we need dependent eligibility rule additionally. Okay, now let's proceed to create the next task. Maintain benefit coverage type. Healthcare savings. Select the arrow button. I would like to display this as the first plan. Name AMD, let's say medical. So these are the classifications applicable only for USA. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm also new, but I will check and come back to you. So I created, but why I created in my previous project, not sure. The straightforward task, maintain healthcare classifications. I'll check and come back to you on this. Okay, for now, please hold. Vision, dental, these are I know, but there is meaning for DMO, HMO, PPO. So I will explain. Since it's a healthcare, I will select heart. This is common. Only one election if you're creating multiple benefit plans under one coverage, then you have to select one election if applicable. Since we are creating only one plan for one coverage, not applicable. Would you like to mandate this election? Mandatory employee has to choose, then select this checkbox. These are quite employee, display employee cost, employer cost. And then flex credits can be applied. So as I said, an employee can earn some credits from the employer or the vendors. Okay, or from the vendors. In this case, if employee any earnings from credits, his contribution will be little less. So would you like to assign the credits whatever the employee has earned? It's something like points from points. If you not claimed any health insurance in a year, you will get some points. So would you like to allow medical as part of healthcare? Yes, that is our primary one selected. Use coverage from plan year end date. Would you like to assign this plan from next year onwards, 2023 onwards, as part of your open enrollment? Select this checkbox. I'm selecting COBRA because employees are eligible for healthcare under COBRA if an unforeseen issue, something like employee lost the job, employee has met some accident, and dependent should need some healthcare coverage. So I will talk in one of our scenario by terminating an employee. Straightforward. Any questions around this coverage?
No, this is pretty straightforward.
Right, and this is quite common for all our 6 coverages. Let's save it. The next important one, benefit plan. MetLife, plan type healthcare. Here you have, do you want, it's a flat rate or calculated rate? We'll talk about both, but now let's say flat rate. Calculated rate is nothing but you're calculating the value from the employee's compensations. Okay, flat rate. Okay. Coverage type, we already created AMD medical, select. Classifications, as I said, vision, dental, etc. Ignore this one, I will explain. Plan name I'm not giving because I want to display AMD. Okay, where is that? MetLife AMD. If you want to give some name, you can give. Okay. Plan description, you can provide something like if you want to give a link further, if the for employees to understand more information about this plan, when it is available, who will assign the plan, if anyone have any concerns or issues, whom they should reach, you can maintain the copy and paste the link, the website address, external link. Group policy number if applicable, participating group, salaried employees, worker plan eligibility, we are not giving any additional one. Okay, so dependent plan eligibility we have created because worker plan eligibility means out of USA and salaried employee, do you want to get any other criteria? Working employees in Chicago only eligible for this plan. Working employees only in Denver eligible for this plan. Only full-time employees are eligible for this plan. Only in particular supervisor organization or management employees are eligible for this plan. We can create this. We will talk. Dependent plan eligibility, we already created. So select this one. Overage dependent policy, dependent eligibility means if any plan is company offering, parents also eligible for the plan. There is some age limit. Okay. If you see healthcare also, whenever we are taking insurances, etc., if it is beyond some age, 60 or 65, they don't give the plan at all. But there are some exceptional cases. Okay, if the employee is eligible or parents are eligible, employees' parents are eligible, so then you can create the additional dependent eligibility rule. Okay, we'll create one scenario. Just okay. Requires provider ID. When you enable the checkbox, whenever the employee is enrolling into the plan, Workday will prompt for enter provider ID, tax identification number of the MetLife. If you select this checkbox, plan automatically enroll to the employee. It won't give any option to an employee to choose. Once Ben partner initiated, automatically enroll. Employee has to accept this plan. It is a highly deducted plan, so you can flag it. It's just a flag. Okay, the deduction amount is more than what is prescribed. Just flag it. It's just for reporting purpose. HSA. Sorry, not HSA. High deductible plan. Derive coverage targets. Yes, we already configured. Keep it. And we are not maintaining these individual rates in external system. We are maintaining the rates within Workday. So please ignore this value. This is required only if you're maintaining an external, we are maintaining amounts in some external system and bringing that amount details and plan details to Workday. If you're creating the plan and maintaining the amounts in Workday, please ignore individual rates, not applicable. Currency USD, frequency monthly, earnings and deductions we already discussed. Sir. If you're creating an earning for in-house or external, we can map it. ACA, so as I mentioned, Affordable Care Act is nothing but for hourly wage employees. If they will met some number of hours in a week, number of hours in a month. So we have a calculation method. Okay, fully funded or self-insured. So we will select this one. I will explain in a separate topic since I am also a learner on this. So you ignore this Affordable Care Act minimum wages. Now here, if you see, whenever create the healthcare, all the options are what do you call defaulted. Select your benefit group. And our requirement is employee only, employee plus child. I don't want this domestic partner. Okay, spouse is there, right? Employee plus spouse plus children. Okay. The remaining values, please remove it. I don't want this. Remove this value. Employee plus child is okay. Employee plus spouse is okay. Remove these values. Keep this one. We need this one we created. In real time, you don't have these many. Normally, we'll create employee, employee plus plus, employee plus children, employee plus spouse plus children, employee plus spouse plus children plus parents, or simply employee plus family. So since it's a practice and people has created multiple values, so those are default. Okay. Now employee only, employee plus child, which means if the employee not some events like separation events, or maybe one of the spouse is not available or died. Okay, in that case, only employee plus child, right? Employee plus spouse, they don't have any children yet. Employee plus spouse plus children, a good family. So they are the options, sir. Okay, now see the rates. Healthcare, right? Let's say it's a pre-tax. If employee is only enrolling $10 per month. If employee plus child enrolling $50. Employee plus spouse, two people, let's say $20. Employee plus spouse plus children, $30 per month. And similarly, employer also will contribute. It's a flat amount of Okay, non-taxable only will give. His customer has to tell it is a pre-tax, post-tax. Flat he will give for $15. 15. Right, sir? Save this one. Class we're going to create event and instructions, enrollment events. Create benefit event. Name is AMD medical. Offering is AMD medical. Worker selectable. 30 days from the effective date. Restricted USA. Straightforward. Okay. Now enrollment event rules. Add the row. This we already configured. So directly I'm configuring medical. No waiting period. On coverage begin date. On the event date. On coverage direction begin date. Right. Similar again coverage rules. Defaulting. Some typo. I will correct it. Can select any plan. Whatever dependent changes are allowed. So I'm selecting additional dependents allowed. It will ask you who are all allowed. What does it mean is, if you're assigned in this plan or if your employee promoted, transferred, it will impact the employee benefits also. Whenever the staffing events, promotion, transfer, relocation, even hire will occur, would you want to allow the employee to choose more dependents to add or remove the existing dependents? That's the option we have. The child he can add, spouse he can add. And then defaulting rules, standard. Default current elections, priority coverage upgrade. Yeah.
Edit. So you did the start wave. Where's the medical coverage that you just configured here?
Apply the filter here. Okay, let me select okay. Select the filter. Yeah.
So the enrollment event type, can that be a medical? I thought the enrollment event type would be, you gain, lose coverage, marriage. Isn't that considered more of the enrollment event type?
I agree.
Here.
By generic, I agree. I get in generic format. If you want to give a reason, could be AMD, like when they can add. Let's say okay, let's go with marriage or what you call birth or adoption. Okay, so that also works. Yeah, we'll give marriage. Okay, automatically will update it. No problem. Good one. Any other questions?
No.
Okay. The next step is edit benefit. We have to group our plan, or else plan won't be available to assign. Okay, since Logan McNair is our testing employee, we'll test for her. Expectations, whenever she must be able to select this event. Yeah, marriage. And 30 days should be defaulted. Let's say I will select from 10th. It's easy to understand. Next 11th, so 30 days of defaulting. She has to accept these plans. Medical plan is available. Submit. When you open it, only this medical should be available, no other plans. You should allow the employee to choose select and then confirm and continue. Now she has to pick up who can she want to enroll. She wants to enroll the child, one child, select. Provider ID, you remember we enabled provider ID required on the benefit plan. Now it is asking us. Okay. And dependent social security number. Randomly I'll give some value. That will cover during business process because approval, whenever the employee choosing this one, we will create an event. Documentation is required. I will create a validation. So it will allow the employee to attach a document. Then only they're able to submit. Okay, that will cover during our BP, business process class. Okay. Approvals, reviews, resigns, etc. So now I will give some random number. Okay, review and sign in. This is also I will explain how to do that. Done. Should be child, employees plus child, total $15 defaulted from the paycheck. I mean from the plan. Any questions, sir? Plan content.
No.
Okay, fine. I also would like to cover enrollment instructions, electronic signature. That I will. So what I will do now, I will remove the plan from the employee. Okay, and I would like to show how I will assign the plan to the worker. In fact, not required. I can set some other employee, but eligibility rule showing only 3 employees, right? So that's only. Where is our benefit change? So let's go to worker history. Marriage. This is strange.
If you go back to his, I think you'd be able to see the history related actions to his profile.
Of course, there also we have an option, but let me see. There is still
up here.
Yeah. Any action item is pending from her. Some when partner needs to be approved or something like that. But it's still visible at worker level, right? It should.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to resign this. Testing. Submit. Okay. Now I want to let the user know what is this plan, who are all can enroll into the plan, when is this plan is available, some kind of instructions. Okay. Let's see how to configure that. Access the task maintain enrollment instructions. Select general one. Don't select tobacco. That's a different. Okay. So our plan falls under healthcare elections. So select on this. Add the row. Benefit groups. So benefit group is so event is our AMD marriage. Coverage type is our AMD medical. So here I can give some text.
Okay.
Or something like I can apply some colors, etc. Also, I can also provide link here. Whatever link will be there. So I can ask the employees whenever they see, if you want more information, select on the link. It will take you to the benefit plan page. You can see more information. Okay.
Okay.
And also, if you want to play around, want to make it bold, or if you want to apply some colors, you can see points. So play around this one, sir, whenever you have some time.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can apply these colors are allowed. Done. What does it mean? Whenever if any employee selecting this event on this coverage type, this enroll instruction they can see, and they will know why they're eligible, and some instructions we can give to the worker. You got it right?
Yes.
This is for each plan. Let's say there is a common text for all healthcare coverage targets. Common text. Your 10 healthcare plans across globally, all 10 plans have same common text. You can just paste it here. No need to configure this. Any questions on this?
No.
Okay, proceed this. Let's complete that electronic signature as well. I think it's created, maintain, benefit electronic signatures. This is the tasker. Add it. Name it. I'm just giving some random ones, okay? Just
Yeah.
instruction. Hmm. Okay, restricting to USA, only USA, and restrict to only our benefit group. Okay, further if you want to give a link for more information, or if you want to apply some colors, you can see that. Okay.
Okay.
So default won't be applicable, sir, because we are restricting here. If you're not going with this default, you can enable it, which means everyone can see these instructions.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's go ahead and see our enrollment instructions electronic signature is coming or not. Instructions.
Yeah, I see it.
This is a different one, Workday value. Now when I save it, next step, here our electronic signature should come.
Did not.
Okay. No. I missed another setup. Sorry. Just let me check it again. Save for later. Let me cancel. Mm-hmm. Sorry for the background noise.
No problem.
Okay, go to the maintain benefit. Sorry, sir. Edit benefit provider. Can go to provider AMD medical. Sorry, it's MetLife, right?
I think there was a box you have to check for the electronic signature, right? Right there.
Exactly. So give it a try. Then open. Let's get start. Enroll. Select. Confirm. Children. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. Provider ID. Save. Review and sign in.
There it is.
Confirm. We have to confirm or else Workday will give error message. So accept, submit. That's it.
Okay.